Hello, and thank you for viewing our presentation on feudalism. During this presentation, you will get familiarized with feudalism and its development. You will also obtain information on the feudal system layers and how feudalism ended. Feudalism started during the Middle Ages in medieval Europe in the 5th century. It is a term used to define the decentralized and complicated social, political, and economic society of which modern state was emerging. The Roman Empire lasted hundreds of years until Western Europe was savagely invaded by foreign raiders. Because of the fall of the Roman Empire, medieval Europe became treacherous because it was no longer protected by the Romans. After the fall of the Roman Empire, the soldiers of the emperor no longer protected peasants. The only hope they had was to be ruled by the lords for peace and security. This is what led to the feudal system. The feudal system is an establishment in social status and ranking. It had a strict social order. It starts with the most elite, or shall I say the highest of power, at the very top, and goes all the way down to the least useful at the very bottom. The king has the most power. He is in command and owns all the land in the kingdom. The king will provide protection for the nobles and also grant them fiefs. A fief is land or revenue-producing property. Nobles are ranked under the king. They are vassals to the king. Nobles are rewarded by the king for their loyalty and military aid. The nobles provided protection, food, and shelter to the knights. Knights are ranked under the nobles. They are given land from the nobles to support themselves. Knights live by a code of behavior called chivalry. During the extremely violent period, the knights fought battles for the king and nobles. Knights provided food, shelter, and protection for the peasants. The peasants ranked the lowest under the knights. They worked the land for the nobles and the knights. When a noble received a fief, the peasants were included. Peasants were uneducated. They farmed the land and also paid taxes. These taxes are called tallage. Tallage is a tax levied on feudal dependents by their lords. They lived a rough life, but in order to survive, they needed to be obedient. During the Middle Ages in medieval Europe, the king, nobles, knights, and peasants all relied on each other for survival. In the period of feudalism, there were battles that lasted for hundreds of years. Peasants started to revolt and move away for freedom. Nobles started to get weak. New trade opportunities and a bubonic plague are all some of the reasons for the declination of feudalism. Feudalism ended in the 12th century. Once again, thank you for viewing our presentation. We hope you were able to take in some information about feudalism and the feudal system. Here are some of our references, and our pictures came from Bing.com.